Hey, what's going on guys? It is ChosenTCG here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a Blackwing deck for the March 2013 ban list. As always, the deck list will be in the description that's below. If you guys want to check it out, of course, don't forget to thumbs up the video and leave a comment below and subscribe. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the Blackwing deck here is pretty much kind of, well, I think almost identical to the ones I played, in various previous formats. But I did make some little changes here and there. And of course, the biggest change, or I guess one of the biggest changes, was because of the ban list, was because of the three Kaluts, which is awesome. Hopefully now people are going to be jumping back into playing Blackwings. Hopefully you'll see a lot more people at locals just trying Blackwings out, seeing if they're good again against, I guess, the current meta, and hopefully a couple will top regionals. I doubt they'll top any YCSs, but it's still a good deck. It's fun to play with, of course. Alright, so let's get on to the deck. I'm going to go pretty fast because I assume most of you guys know what the cards do. I'll just explain mostly some of my choices. Alright, so first we got one Sirocco. I'm not running three. I'm actually replacing, I guess, the Sirocco, Blackwing Sirocco overall, I guess, with Thunder Kings, actually. Because if you think about it, this card is actually kind of like a worse version of Cyber Dragon, and it's just kind of like a vanilla monster. And the only reason why it was really good back then was because Whirlwind was at 3 and everybody played Blackwing. So during a mirror match, you're able to pump up all the cards together. So, well, your opponent's monsters to your own, and you can attack for like 10k, which is awesome, right? But now it kind of just gets clogged in your hand. So I'm running two Thunder Kings to kind of replace the two other Siroccos. Yeah, so triple Shura, triple Bora, obviously best Blackwings in the game, including Blizzard, two Blizzards. I'm running two. I don't want to run three because two, well, three is too much. Just because Goyle, there's no Goyle and there's no Brio, so I don't really care too much for the level sixes. Same thing with level fives. There's only Catastor. It's not really as good as before, but it's a good card. So two is good. Not too much, not too little, and one Zephyros, just that extra Blackwing card. You can do a lot of combos with it. Like, for example, you can return your Boras instead to your hand, or you can return your Blizzards to your hand and reuse the effects, or you can, yeah, return your Gale as well. Special summon this card from your hand. From the grave. So it's really good in this deck. It's versatile. There's a lot of variety with this card. Now we got the triple Kalu. Very self-explanatory. One of the best cards in the deck. If you run anything less than three, I don't know what to say. You're not playing Blackwings. Okay, so let's see. One Vayu, extra variety, extra synchro capabilities with Sirocco. And that's pretty much the only reason why I'm running one Sirocco in the first place, because you do get that combo off with Vayu here and there. And Vayu, a lot of times, like, it's dead. I'm sorry, but people who liked Vayu so much, like, you draw it, it's in your hand, it's kind of dead because there's no Brio to use the effect with Vayu, and you're not running Vayu Turbo, you're not running three Siroccos. It's kind of just there for that extra, like, Shura push, which is kind of the most common play right now, from what I've seen at least. And then the one staple, Whirlwind. Sorry, not Whirlwind. Gale, yeah, Gale the Whirlwind. So, one Gladius. This card has been out, I think, in the, was it Cosmo Blazer or was it Abyss Rising? It was one of those. I used it last, what's it called? Format. I was gonna say semester. Anyway, I used it last format, and this card pretty much it opens up doors for more XYZ plays, and it does get you level threes. And I do think that this deck is. This card is kind of a nice small addition to the deck, just because it does give you that extra variety. So, and the effect is, if the only face-up monster you control is one Blackwing monster, so you can only control one other Blackwing monster to use this effect, um, you can special summon this card from your hand. So if you control two Blackwing monsters, you can't use this card's effect. Sorry, you can't special summon using this card's effect. But it does have this extra secondary Spirit Reaper effect, so it is a sustainable card all by itself. You can set this card and just expect your opponent to run into it and nothing happens, and go for like potential big plays next turn. So Gorz, of course, Gorz is Gorz. Even though there's Whirlwind and you're running back rows, once your opponent gets the heavy storm, once he clears your back rows, clears your monsters, Gorz is obviously a really good backup card. And Thunder King, just in general, an anti-meta card that now it's at 2. I mean, nobody runs at 3. I mean, some decks run at 3, but 2 is definitely okay for this deck. Your 1900 monster that can stop special summoning. You do have to be careful with the dualities and your, of course, Black Whirlwind when you play with this card. Now we got the 5 standard draw cards: Duality, Allure, and cards for Black Feathers. And your Black Whirlwind, kind of just advantage cards, speeding through the deck cards, and then cards for Black Feathers. I'm playing this just to extra speeding through the deck, just an extra card to do that. Can never hurt. You have to be careful. You can't special summon that turn. Yeah, so Heavy Storm Dark Roll and Monster Reborn, and then one MST along with one Book and one Lance. I thought of using 2 lances, but Book of Moon is definitely good in this deck because you do combo off with like Shura and like Bora's effect. It's really good. And then I'm running one Delta Crow. It's good against certain decks, but against decks like Murmur Lanians, right? I mean, obviously you're not going to be playing this because all they play is Abyss Sphere, which they run like 3 copies of, and you don't want to play this against Murmurs. You don't want to play this against Chaos Dragons. You might want to play this against Gravekeepers or I don't know, Fire Fist, but yeah, definitely a good side deck card just in general. And then 2 Icarus Attacks, not 3, because I'm not running pure Blackwings. I'm just being consistent, because this card sometimes can be dead. Just from my experience, of course. And then 1 Starlight Road Protection, Dome Air Force, 1 Warning now, and then 1 Judgment, and 2 Bottomless. Alright, so the extra deck, we got the double arm wings for that Blizzard. Everything's pretty much, everything's pretty much summonable by Blizzard, pretty much, in terms of like level 4s and 5s. So arm wing, double arm wings. I'm using Graham the Shining Star. You can summon it, with Blizzard and Kalut together. But you have to realize that it says must be first synchro summon, so you can't use Vayu's effect in the graveyard with, let's say, another level 4 Blackwing monsters. Sorry, another level 4 Blackwing monster to special summon this card from the graveyard. From the graveyard. And its effect is mediocre. You can special summon 1 level 4 or lower non-tuner Blackwing monster from your hand, but its effect is negated. Kind of promotes a little bit of XYZ plays, but it's not overall not the best card, overall. But there are combos you can do with this deck. So just remember, Vayu's effect in the grave, you cannot special summon this card because Vayu's effect is special summon, not synchro summon, and this card must be first synchro summon. And Armor Master, just standard Blackwing stuff. Same thing with Silverwind. If you manage to get it out, good for you. And then level 4 Armory Arm, level 5 Catastrophe and Magical Android, level 6 Gaia Knight, and 1 Stardust for Starlight Road. Level 3's got the Zenmains and Leviathan. I don't think I would run Acid Golem because this card just seems to me a bit better. And then I got level 4's Gaga Cowboy, Utopia, and Maestroke. That's pretty much it for the extra deck. I think I might make little changes here and there, but it's an overall good deck. It's our extra deck for Blackwings. So let's see. Side deck, you of course will always need not side deck. These are extra cards that you can put in a Blackwings in terms of text. So like I said, you can put like Icarus Attack, extra 3rd one if you want to. But I always have bad luck, because I don't really get the I might like draw all traps and like I might draw 2 of these and this is kind of gonna screw me over. You can also run skill drains. Skill drain is definitely compatible in this deck. If you use this, be careful though with like Blizzard. I think that's the only thing that has that conflicts with skill drain, also with Gladius. But other than that, it's cool because there's 3 Kalu. You can run Dark Eruption, which is used before, and against the Wind I used before. Not really the best card, but definitely a good card in general. but you do take a lot of damage. So next we got another lance. You can put in another copy if you want, and then we got Dark Arm Dragon. So I'm not using Dark Arm because what I found out was like people run so many cards like warnings and bottomlesses, and this card's really easy to stop. And sometimes if this goes through, most of the time, most of the time your opponent is probably has one back row, and and like once this goes through, you might be able to destroy like two cards, but then next turn they can instantly come back because if they have three back rows, they won't let you summon this card, right? So it's kind of like what I think. And then one crow, you can always use this in combination with Icarus Attack. It's always been kind of popular here and there during local tournaments, I guess. And then Damascus, I'm not using this. Blackwing Kalut is at 3. I'm not going to use this. And then Veilers and Maxis always, if you want, in your side decks, you can always use it. You can always splash it in. And then I think that's it. So thanks for watching, guys, or listening. And hopefully you guys will go out there and try out this deck because, like, Kalu coming at 3, I see some potential in this deck. I guess going back to I guess tier 2-ish, 2.5-ish, because this deck has definitely been off the radar for a very long time. Hopefully someone will, bring it to regionals and, get like top 16 or something. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, leave a comment below, thumbs up this video, and subscribe. Peace out, guys.